Creativity is an addiction. It doesn't mean you have to hate it or try to run away from it. It means listen to it. Build a relationship up with it. Understand what it's doing to you and those that you're willing to share it with. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Stream thinking. It's learning how to trust what's in your present. Now, to get there requires practice, some discipline. I challenge you to take one sheet of paper every day. 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes. Write about whatever is moving through your presence of right now with absolutely no judgment. Stream thinking sharpens your skills as a listener, as a communicator, and as an activator. It's learning how to trust what is right now. This is Stream Thinking. Today we're reading from November 20th, 2022. In order to be in my now, I have to be far into my future. Living a Google Calendar lifestyle has put me physically on a road that demands accountability. For there to be, I must be a planner and activator several days before the moment actually arrives. Basically meaning it's Sunday and my Monday is already pretty much programmed out. I can't change anything on the digital platform. Tomorrow I'll do a 4-hour lecture knowing in all things that I do, everything that was created today. I don't just show up in the brand new day and say, well, this is what we're going to do. Being an in the moment of now person, such executions feels kind of awkward. In doing show prep several days in advance, all in the name of stress release. As much as I'm living in the now, my total focus is finding a path for the future because it's waiting to be played out. It's so not me. But I do it because I'm supposed to be here. And when I get there, I hope I prepared here for that moment. A lot of people that I have met and continue to bump into each day live out each moment as it is happening. It's almost like a game of improv, or basically you're ad-libbing your way through any situation. And in those moments of their now, a lot of mistakes are made, and then they just shrug them off. We challenge each other to become greater at what we do. But in doing so, eventually you're going to hit that point where someone says, you need to stop judging me. You need to back it off. Wait a second. We were just talking about this last week. That was last week. The process of being a planner and activator doesn't necessarily make you a visionary. What it does is it puts you in a moment of, it's less I have to think about. If I trust what was put into the planning and the activation, I don't have to raise my level of anxiety to make sure that it plays out properly. Because if I did what I was supposed to properly before the moment arrives, I can make my way through it with fewer mistakes because I was ready. And if something does break out that's wrong, I can easily correct it because I prepared for it. It's very tough being that person that lives in the presence of now because the future is constantly hitting you in the head and heart. It wants to be seen. It wants to be recognized. But what I mean when I say I live in the now, in processing what is to become the future, I don't sit here and try to forecast my life in the way of saying, this is where I want to be by this time. If I'm not, I'm going to be disappointed. I've had my share of that stuff. As a martial artist, I wanted to be a master by 2012. I didn't know in 2009 that I was going to have a heart attack that was going to keep me out for 1 year because of blood thinners. I wanted to be that great morning show radio disc jockey in Los Angeles. I didn't know that Charlotte, North Carolina was going to go from market size number 37 to 23. Why should I move? Why should I even put those expenses out there when I can just sit here in this place and grow with a city that I love with all my heart? And then all of a sudden streaming comes along and you can reach further than Los Angeles? Didn't know. So in those moments, you learn that, wait, I have a forecast what I would like to see my life do, but it doesn't mean I have to invest my entire life to make it possible. Because when you let yourself down, you begin to look at all the other things that you've done, where it was like, it was such a waste of time. Anxiety, stress, doubt, shame, fear. Living in the presence of what is right now allows you to breathe. I'm Arroe, and that's Stream Thinking.